A brand new agent came to me. No sales, no system. 3 months later, was closing $10,000 a month. Hey guys, it's Enku with Freedom Code. For those of you guys that do not know, I was able to scale my insurance agency to over 35 million in team sales, with over 18 of them clearing a six-figure income. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a specific agent that actually came to me. Started off as an EMT, and he was really not where he needed to be in his career. Ended up scaling. Now he ended up clearing well into the $250,000 range as an insurance agent, and continues to scale even to this current day.
I was making like $15,000 a year. My first full year, I made $215,000. Last year, I made $320,000.
When this person first came in, I mean, really resonated a lot with him, just given the fact that he came in and he really was not seeing the efforts of what he thought he was putting into the business. He didn't really have a clear routine, and he also didn't have the right infrastructure in which he was actually able to implement a lot of the ideas that he had. And so he would have decent weeks, but really had not unlocked his potential in his insurance career just yet. And one of the things I admired was just his curiosity, asked a lot of questions, really wanted to get better, but just did not have the right systems around him to be able to do so. The biggest bottleneck I would say that he had when he first joined the team was just his youth, inexperience, and lack of confidence. Once we were able to kind of tap into that and generate him a few results, he was able to slowly kind of build on that up to the years that he was obviously closing commissions and making more money as time went on. And so one thing that we were able to do is that once he got to the team, is we were able to simplify his thoughts. We were able to give him all of the resources that not only helped me succeed, but helped a lot of the agents prior to him coming in succeed as well and hit that six-figure benchmark.
I think you helped me the most with when it comes to production, just understanding how to produce, the whole sales process.
That was being able to reach out to a lot more people. We knew that the discovery of finding new leads for him was not the issue. Once we established that, then it got to his sales process. How is he actually closing these people on the phone? If he is closing them, or how can we get him to close more? And so once we've kind of established those two things, then the next thing that came to be was investing in his business. He was starting to see $1,000 weekly checks. He was learning, and he wanted to be pretty much the best agent in the entire office. He had that kind of hunger to him. And given where he had come from, which was making $10 an hour, even, half of that, even if he was making $200,000 a year or $150,000 a year, was clearly a higher return than what he was making as an EMT as a young 20-year-old. One thing was, not only giving him the resources, but just being that mentor for him, similar to like how I've explained in previous videos, it was for me when I first started. So answering all of his questions, free incentives, free motivation in terms of contests, just things that'll not only keep the gears going, but help him hopefully even be better than me as an agent, because that lets me know that I did my job correctly. Teaching moments, teaching lessons, making sure that a lot of what he was doing was being implemented, and doing it in almost an authoritarian way, just given the like I mentioned, the youth and inexperience and how we've handled that in the past. After the 90 days, he not only was closing consistently $2,000 worth of, a week in terms of commission sales, but now he ended up being the #1 sales agent in the years to come from just the advice that he had took in and following the system. The process itself far outweighs the personality. I don't care if you're quiet, shy, reserved, maybe you're outspoken, maybe you talk too much or ask a lot of questions. If you have a proven system that is duplicatable, crosses boundaries that even I was surprised in terms of who was able to implement this system and run with it. If you guys want to watch the full testimonial, I'll put in clips here throughout the video, but if you guys want to watch the full testimonial of his start and how he was able to kind of change things around, provide a link down in the description below. And that way you guys can watch the full clip, but I'll just give you guys about 2 minutes inputted here of the testimonial. And if you guys like it, you can go to the website and watch it again or watch it thoroughly.
Okay, so thank you for jumping on the call, Anthony. So obviously you were one of the younger agents that hopped on the team. Before you were jumping into an agent, or before you became an agent, what were you doing? What field were you in?
I was basically just in college. I worked as a part-time EMT, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
And what made you jump into insurance sales? That's similar industry, but a little bit different at the same time. So you're jumping into sales. What made you make that change and jump into something like insurance sales?
I just didn't want to do like a whole, 12 years to try to become a doctor. And I was looking at different alternatives where maybe I can make, money a little bit sooner. So I hopped on Indeed. I looked up sales. I found Usha, and I've been here ever since.
And how long has that been for you?
I've been here for like 2 years and a half so far.
Okay. And because you mentioned to me being in here for 2.5 years, what was your income, I guess, prior when you were an EMT? What were you making on a yearly basis? And what did you end up doing your first year and second year at an insurance sales?
I was only working weekends, but I believe I was making like $15,000 a year, right?
Okay.
I was making like $10 an hour. And once I came to Usha, my first full year, I made $215,000. Last year, I made $320,000. And hopefully this year we break 500.
Till next time, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon, and you guys stay safe.